Hey gang, we are back. It is time to talk about the Orville. 3 days until a whole new season of the Orville begins with New Horizons. We have waited so long, and I must confess, there's a dog barking outside of my window and someone mowing their lawn. Wow, what a great production. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it doesn't matter because we are excited. We have waited so freaking long for this new season, and I have seen some of this season. I've seen a couple episodes, you guys, and there might be some more on the way for me to see as well. And I'm gonna talk about what I can talk about. I'm not allowed to talk about specifics per se, at least not today, but on Friday, when we do the Talking the Orville live show Splosion, we will be talking about the all-new episode of the Orville, Electric Sheep, which premieres just in a couple days, June 2nd. Now, there's a caveat to that. Sure, June 2nd for the most part, but in my time zone, I actually get the premiere of the Orville on June 1st at 11 p.m. If you live on the west coast of the United States of A, you actually get the Orville at 9 p.m. on June 1st. Now, if you're on the East Coast, it'll be at midnight, June 2nd. Hey, Mark Lawrence, thank you for that super chat, helping me create the next 10 episodes of Talking the Orville, which are going to be the biggest episodes I've ever done. One big episode per new episode of the Orville. Mark says, great to hear from Seth himself, saying he'll be back on your show. Yes, I talked to everyone from the Orville, and they all said hit them up. They'd love to be on the show. Now, of course, I have already interviewed every single member of the Orville Bridge crew except one. Just one did not make it. Mark Jackson, who plays Isaac. He had a previous engagement and was not able to make it, but I made sure to track Mark down the other day when I was at the Orville Premiere in Los Angeles at the California Science Museum IMAX Theater, which we're going to talk about. A lot of great stuff happened there. Met a lot of great people, but I tracked Mark down and said, hey, man, you're the only one I didn't get. And he seemed happy to oblige to a future interview, and also he was a great guy. But we'll talk more about that in just a second. There's so much to talk about. Some new news that just came out today. We now know all 10 episode titles for the Orville New Horizons. We're going to go through them here. And I also know about some stuff about I know things about a few of the episodes, but there's one of the episodes that is Seth MacFarlane's favorite episode of the season. I know which episode it is. I don't exactly know the story of the episode, but I know which one it is. And I know the exact running time of that episode, as well as other things that I learned about, kept my ears open about, and I'll talk about what I can talk about tonight. Of course, thank you to Mark Lawrence for that super chat. Thank you to Chris Ray for that super chat earlier. I can't believe the Orville is back. Brave Avis. Brave Avis indeed. We're going to be learning a lot about Avis in season 3, you guys. And special thanks to Rick Rarick, who joined the channel just a little bit ago and is now a Chilean brawler. Congratulations and welcome into the fold, Rick. How are you guys doing? Are you sure it's actually Mark Jackson and not someone using a holographic disguise? No, I was sure. I was 3 inches from his face. He's a lovely gentleman, very British. It was the end of the evening. I had an amazing time with a lot of amazing people, but I didn't meet Mark the whole night. And then I was leaving, it was the time they were kicking us all out of the premiere, of the after party. It was getting late and we were all having a great time. And I made it just to the gate to exit. And I heard a voice. I'm like, that's Mark Jackson's voice. And I know that the nearest people to me are very far away, but I heard his voice. So I turned around, and very far away I saw him. I'm like, I'm turning around. I'm going back. I'm going to meet Mark Jackson. So I went and I met him. I said, I recognize your voice from forever away. And he goes, because it's the only British voice? I'm like, no, because it's your voice. And I know that voice very well. And he was very lovely. Mark Lawrence just signed up. Reese signed up. You've been a member of the channel for 9 months now. Part of the Jaloja squad. All hell Avis. Thanks for signing back up, Mark. Very much appreciated. But like I said, what are you guys up to? What's going on? I missed you guys. I was gone for a couple days. I've been trying to put out as much stuff as I can, as well as work on the big episode that I'm very much going to try to have out on June 2nd. It won't be right when the Orville airs, but it'll be later in the day, the same day that it airs. Luckily, I have a little bit of a head start on that episode and another episode as well. But there is a lot to do for everything that I have planned coming up, you guys. Very good question. Jessica Barak says, what's Ann Winters like? Okay, this is something I wanted to talk about. Ann Winters, you guys, is good people. She's very good people. And from the episodes that I've seen, she's very talented people. She's a really great actor. Her character, I cannot wait for you guys to meet Charlie Burke. We've talked about what her character might be like for so long now. And so much of what I figured is true. She got some skills. She's kind of a badass. And you guys are going to meet her in just a couple of days. Charlie Burke is awesome. She's a great addition to the crew. And I think she's going to have a huge subgroup of fans, and I told her that. What it was is when I met Ann. Well, I met Ann before, briefly at Jay Lee's concert a couple months ago. Just a quick little chat, but this time, and she probably didn't even recognize me from there because then I had to wear a mask. This time I didn't have to wear a mask, and so I'm at the after party, and then and I have a way of doing things. I'm from Los Angeles originally, so when it comes to like Hollywood parties and stuff like that, I have a thing that I do. I don't go up to people. I hang out and try to be interesting, and whoever comes up to me, I just chat with them and do my thing. I don't seek people out. That's just my style, and it worked very well. I had so many people coming up to me from the Orville, and at one point I was just talking to somebody, and then boom, here comes Ann. She's like, hey, I love your videos. She's talking about some of my videos. And so we're just chatting. I met her mom, who's also very good people. We just talked about her character. We talked about the party. We talked about the show. We talked about the internet. We just had a great time. She wanted to talk and just be chill and be buds. And so that's what we did. And she was very, very awesome. You guys, I do have to say. And I posted a picture of her and I that somebody took of us, and she posted it. I didn't take a lot of pictures because that's also one of my things I don't do at these types of events. I don't take a lot of pictures. I just let other people come up, and you just seem to get further with people if you don't fan out. You know what I mean? Nikki Cunningham, thank you very much for becoming a Chilean brawler. Jeff B, thank you for that $5 super chat. Oh, wow. Sweet emotion. But yeah, Ann was great, and you're going to love her character. You're going to have a lot to say about her character. There's going to be conversations around her character and other characters that you already know and love with this first episode. We're getting caught up. But the biggest thing I have to say about this season, and I've been saying it all along for years, because I knew it was it's big, it's ambitious. They keep saying it's mini movies, this and that, and I believe them. But man, I had no idea. You guys have absolutely no idea just how big this is going to be. And there's a person weed eating outside of my window. Isn't that great? Hopefully my microphone is fending them off, being that they're not, 3 inches away from the microphone like I am. You guys have no idea. people have been afraid, oh, it might be too dark, it might not be this, the show just looks like the show. This is different. This is way different. Everything they said was true. It does not look like a TV show at all. It's the Orville. It's everything that we love about the Orville, but man, does it look like and feel like a movie, a legit movie. This is artisan sci-fi. This is handcrafted science fiction. There's some great science fiction out there. Everyone loves Strange New Worlds right now. Strange New Worlds looks and feels great, but man, that looks like a studio production. This looks like a film, a handcrafted thing made with love and talent. And oh my goodness, you can get your hopes up. Get the hype up, get your hopes up as much as you want, and you will not be disappointed in any way. This is the most incredible thing. I thought I was ready for it. I was not ready for it, you guys. Absolutely not ready for it. And I cannot wait to see what's going on in the world when people start seeing these episodes. Guaranteed 100% Rotten Tomatoes. I don't necessarily respect Rotten Tomatoes that much, but it's guaranteed 100%. Season 2 got 100%, and this blows season 2 out of the water. So I can't wait for that. I can't wait for this droves of people on their hands and knees apologizing for any negative thing they've ever said. And if they don't, then they're probably not humans at all, because to say the things that people have been saying for the last couple of years, to see it and to realize they were completely wrong to ever open their mouths, I'm expecting a huge line of people apologizing to the show, to the internet, to the world for being negative Nancys, you guys, because that's how amazing this is going to be. John Hirose, or Hirose, or Hirose, or we're just going to call you John. Thank you very much for that super chat, and hi as well. I do want to let you guys know Seth says hi. He loves you guys. He loves the fandom. That's part of the motivation for going as hardcore as they did with this season, is you guys, and especially the ones that filter in here to talk in the Orville. He says you guys are amazing. I said you guys are amazing. And let me tell you something. Seth is amazing. He sought me out. I'm just there talking with people, and then all of a sudden I hear, oh, it's the egotastic guy. And I look and I see Seth with a bunch of people he was talking to. He leaves all of them. He's like, hey, JP, what's going on? And so we shake hands. He wants to hear my thoughts on the episode. We're hanging out. We're talking about stuff. We're joking around. He just wanted to know, is the music too loud? Was the music too loud? I'm like, the whole thing was amazingly, beautifully loud because it was on IMAX. And so we're just joking. And I will say that Seth MacFarlane is a yes-ander, which is great. You make a joke in front of people, he will say yes, and he will go on and build upon that joke that you made. That was something I was very much impressed by, because that's the type of people that I usually gravitate towards. So he's a yes-ander. He was very much wanting to know what I thought of the show. He wanted to talk about stuff, talk about life. We ran into each other maybe 3 or 4 times that night, and we ate some cookies together. But one thing I didn't realize about, it's not that I didn't realize that, I just never thought about it. I always thought of Seth MacFarlane as a, just a smart, funny, hardworking, clever creator of things. But actually being in his presence and talking with him and the way that he was, I was like, oh, this guy's a genius. I never thought about that before until I met him. And that's why you can see a lot of people that work on the show are kind of awestruck by him as well. He was on cloud 9. Finally getting to show people the Orville was so important to him. And you can just tell that being able to finally do that after all these years just sent him into just the happiest place he can ever be. He was practically giddy being able to finally share the show with people, you guys. Brian Dawkins, member for 29 months. member of the Geloja squad. Thank you very much. You look good in the suit, JP. You really put on the Ritz. That was the plan. I wanted to put on the Ritz. So I went and got a suit, no jacket. I'm not a jacket guy, but I wanted a vest and a tie. So I had the vest, the tie, got my usual egotastic fun time hat that I usually wear that you guys are familiar with. Had some fancy shoes, some fancy pants. I even wore banana socks. Nobody saw the banana socks, but I knew I was wearing them. Lone Puppy says, great interview with Seth an hour ago, JP. I'm loving the interviews. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much, Lone Puppy. Many more to come. I have talked to everybody, it's like I said, except for Mark, and many more to come. I also got Tom Constantino wants to do an interview. Brian Fayette wants to do an interview. Kit Stolen wants to do an interview. And I'm going to be tracking down some of the guest stars this season. Wow. Some of them I know, which I can't tell you about. But I know who they are, so I can start early and try to track down some interviews with these wonderful people. Geo Law, $10 super chat. Thank you very much. So glad you got to meet the cast and crew. Can't wait for Thursday. Now, this isn't something a lot of people are going to be able to do, even though there are some more IMAX screenings coming up around the country, the world. You have to just track those down yourself. But seeing the episode in IMAX was amazing. Now, of course, at this point, I've already seen the episode 10 times before I saw it on IMAX. But wow, it was like it was made for IMAX. It looked so good. It was so impactful. And at the IMAX theater, I'm getting into my row H, and Brandon Braga's right there, and so I'm crossing Brandon Braga. I'm like, oh hey Brandon, how's it going? He's like, oh it's awesome, JP. He goes, you got the best seat in the house. And man, I did. I was row H at IMAX. Row H is the right in the middle, right where you want to be. And he kept saying, he goes, you're gonna love it. It's the best seat. And I was just loving it because Brandon Braga is talking about the seat that I'm about to sit in. And I got to watch the episode with everyone from the show. I mean, the whole cast, the whole crew, their invited guests were all there in the same theater. And we're all sitting there watching this together. And everyone's whooping and cheering throughout the whole episode, which is kind of standard for a Hollywood premiere. You know, everyone's there that works on it, and friends of people that work on it, so everyone's very supportive. But I think they would have been supportive anyway. And Seth did an intro before the episode started playing. And the whole speech that he gave was hilarious. He was roasting Fox the whole time. He was talking about how happy he is to be on Hulu, the freedom that they were given to make the show that they want to make, and have the episodes be as long as they want to really tell their stories. And he was making a bunch of jokes about Fox, which I won't repeat because I'm not good at telling jokes, and they're his jokes anyway. But he was very happy to be showing people the episode, and he's very happy to be on Hulu, be on a streaming service. Now, of course, around the world, the Orville will be available on Disney Plus and Star and Hotstar, and in Australia on June 3rd, which is June 2nd here in the United States. It premieres on SBS On Demand. This is where the Orville will be available in Australia. It was just announced that it will be in Italy. Of course, it's in the UK, Ireland, Belgium, tons of countries, Latin America, and more are being announced as the June 2nd gets closer and closer. But it looks like the entire world, for the most part, will be getting the Orville New Horizons all together at the same time, which is mind-blowing in itself, you guys. It floors me that Seth actually gets in contact with the fan base. Yes, Nikki, he's amazing, and he keeps, he doesn't have time to communicate and all stuff, but he keeps track of things. And I wouldn't have been able to get these interviews, to go to the premiere if it wasn't for him and Tom Constantino. Seth made sure that Hulu included me in all the interviews on virtual press day the other day, and he wanted to make sure. So when I did the virtual press day where I'm talking to everybody, CNN is there. I'm in the waiting room virtually, and CNN is there. ABC is there. All these E was there. They're all there. We're all just hanging out together. And then there's Talking to Orville. And so it's just my little show and then all these big channels. And we're all just hanging out waiting for our different turns to talk to different people. And I don't know if anybody said to these other channels that they would love to keep talking about the show, but they all said that to me. They with Talking to Orville, they're like, yeah, let's dive deep into some of this stuff. So I plan on doing that throughout this season as well, you guys. And it's all because of Seth. Seth is the one that brought me out to the premiere in Los Angeles. He got the tickets for the airplane. He did the hotel room, all that stuff. It was absolutely amazing, and it's all because of him and the production. So big thank you to Seth, big thank you to Tom Cosentino, big thank you to Fuzzy Door Productions, who I was in contact with the whole time I was there as well. Yeah, the fans got a seat at the table, no food fight. Now let me tell you the best thing about going to the premiere. It wasn't the showing. It wasn't the everyone there, and you know, I'm just going around. People are coming up to me. At one point, Andre Bormanis is like, "Hey, JP, what's going on?" And so I'm talking to Andre. John Cassar was taking pictures of me. You know, all these cool things like that. Scott Grimes came up to me like 3 times throughout the night. The best thing about it was the food. The food they were serving up, little hors d'oeuvres, were plentiful, nonstop, and just amazing. Here, have a Mercer margarita, have a planetary punch. Okay, here's some really cool. They had a this little steak plate with the best steak I've ever had in my entire life. They had a hummus cup. They had this amazing desserts. They had the tiniest taco I've ever seen. Just a tiny taco, empanadas, some sort of s'mores dessert. It just kept coming non-stop. And I just wanted to go up to Seth. I'm like, Seth, congratulations on the show, but this spread is amazing. And it wasn't out. They just kept bringing it to you. It was incredible. I like food, you guys. Blaine the Keto Klingon. What's going on? Thank you for that super chat, Blaine. So jealous of you seeing Premiere and that hat. Yeah, this is a season 2 hat I got a few years ago. There's season 3, they had beanies. I do not have a beanie, but just FYI, if you go to the Hulu store, the Orville section of the Hulu store, there's all kinds of cool new stuff, including the beanie, shirts, glasses. They have all kinds of new Orville stuff to get off the Hulu store, you guys. Did they have to change the name to New Horizons because of a legal reason? No, it was just a suggestion. Because they're in a new format on streaming, and it's going to be a while. It's a new season. It's a new stories. The studio suggested it to Seth. Hey, maybe we should do a subtitle instead of calling it season 3, since it's in a new place. Let's kind of give it a whole new vibe and give it a subtitle. Which I'm assuming, if and when they do season 4 will have a new subtitle as well. The Orville Banana Fearers, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I was talking to Jessica Zor, and we thought it would be fun to call it the Orville Space World. That was a little joke that we had. But yeah, it's just a subtitle to give it a new life, to show it's in a new home. And I've seen a couple episodes, and I've seen them out of order, and I was worried about that. I was like, oh, I don't want to miss stuff between. These are all standalone episodes. The characters are serialized, but the stories are completely episodic. So I watched 2 episodes out of order, and I did not even feel like I missed anything, because you're starting a whole new adventure with all 10 episodes. Well, not quite. There's a big 2-parter, which we'll get into that. I'll tell you about that. That's coming up really soon. Are the ship models available? Not as of yet. You're going to see a lot of new stuff. There is a lot of new stuff. And, you know, I wanted to do a trailer breakdown for the season 3 trailer that came out. And when I was about to sit down and do that, I got all the access to all this cool information about the new season. And now I'm like, oh no, I know the answers to most things that happen in that season 3 trailer. Not everything, but most of it. So I'm like, oh, I can't legitimately do a breakdown. So but I'm still going to do that with some of the things. There's certain scenes in the trailer that I don't know anything about, but I have a lot of ideas about. But when it comes to ships and stuff, we had questions about ships. Some of the stuff we saw back when that trailer first, when the first teaser came out, I know the answer to all that stuff. I know what those ships are. I know what those, at the very beginning of the new theme song, there's a ship flying. We're wondering what that was. I know exactly what it is. So I couldn't truthfully make that video anymore because I always want to keep everything legit when it comes to the stuff I put out on this channel, you guys. Dan Crane, $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Helping to keep the lights on here. Helping to keep these next 10 episodes. They're going to be keeping me up nights, all night and all day, trying to get them done, keeping them going. So thank you very much, Dan Crane. Very much appreciated.
Sweet emotion.
Any surprise guests in the episodes you saw? Obviously, you can't spoil. There is a really great guest in one of the episodes, not the premiere episode. The premiere episode, you're going to meet some new people. You're going to meet Charlie Burke. You're going to meet another character that I don't know if they're going to pop up later on, but they were a cool character that answers some questions about a certain alien race. Not necessarily answers questions, but gives us more details about that race. A lot of details, actually. And I mean, I can be cryptic about some of the answers that I give, but I can't give you specifics, so I don't want to spoil anything. The Brown Guy, thank you very much for that super chat. JP, awesome convo with Seth. Thank you very much. I have to say, you know, the conversation was great, and we're going to do another one. If not a couple other ones. He said he wants to be on the show. Now, that was a limited conversation. That was part of Virtual Press Day. So you had a time limit that you had to keep to with those. But I'm positive that we'll be talking again, but more of a much longer. I didn't release everything from that conversation yet because of spoilers. But I'm sure we're going to have a much longer conversation, really diving deep into the mythos of the Orville universe. When do you think they will make the decision on the renewal? I would suspect, being conservative about it, I would say the middle of the season. But I think the numbers are going to be so big coming in because this is a worldwide thing. Which is very rare that an entire planet gets to see a show at the same time. I think we'll be getting it earlier than that. And as we know, Seth says he would totally love to do more. He just wants to make sure the audience wants it. And that says something really as well. When I was at the premiere, the cast and crew, after we watched it, well, actually before, because they already knew that I've seen it, they really did want to know what I thought about it. It's like they're nervous, but they have no reason to be nervous. They should all be extremely proud. This is going to be this is going to be a big thing. People are going to be talking about this show. People that wrote it off years ago, when it comes back, they're going to be like, oh, damn, what the hell is this? Oh, there's 2 seasons? I got to get caught up on that and then watch this new thing because it stands out. This is the best sci-fi series I've ever seen. I mean, seriously, you guys. I can't get into details about it. This is the best thing I have ever seen, and there's some great stuff out there. Like I told many of the cast and crew, I told Seth, I'm like, this is not... this isn't a normal TV show. This is movies. This isn't even mini movies. They're not 2 hours long. Well, some of them might be. But I told Seth, this is like when you're watching your favorite series. For me, that was TNG. And they come out with their first movie and you go see it and it looks and feels like a movie. That's what this is. But they made 10 of them, you guys. And these are not short episodes. I'll talk about that in just a second. But we must thank Brandon Reynolds for that $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Brandon. You're helping. What I have planned to do is so big. And that very much helps. So thank you very much. Let me show Archmage's thing there. How was Machlin's Sex Lagoon on IMAX? Oh, it was filthy. It was very humid with that porn lagoon. Kylie Pratt, thank you very much. Bring out my captain's uniform on Friday night to watch season 3 on us in Australia on SBS Viceland. I'm so excited they finally announced exactly where it's going to be in Australia. A lot of people from Australia have been asking me, where's it going to be? It's going to be SBS On Demand, June 3rd. Joseph Sosa says, congratulations going to the private screening. You are the perfect Orvillian representative for all of us. Keep doing your wonderful work. I do not plan on stopping, Joseph, so thank you very much. I'm especially revamped for the last couple weeks. Once I've been brought into the fold a little bit, and what was great, I'm hanging out with the people that make the Orville, and they have no qualms at all with me being there, and they're kind of talking about spoilers and stuff like that, and they just felt like I was part of the crew, so they had no problem saying stuff in front of me. I had to pretend to forget all that stuff very quickly, but but I'm very much looking forward to seeing it come up on the screen. Yeah, Medallion, 60 plus minutes even without commercials. Yes, and I will tell you, so all the episodes are at least an hour or longer, but a lot of them are longer. This premiere episode is a lot longer than 60 minutes, I will tell you. I do know that episode 8, which will be, over 8 weeks before we get to see it. It's called Midnight Blue. I do know that is Seth MacFarlane's favorite episode of the season, and it's almost an hour and a half. I know the exact running time. I won't tell it to you, but it's almost an hour and a half. And I know that is his favorite episode, so you know it's a big one, because I do know, I can tell you that every episode is huge, but I know that there's 3 episodes that are incredibly huge. And we'll see one in 4 weeks, we'll see one in 8 weeks, and we'll see one in 10 weeks. 7 seasons and 4 movies. Well, John Cassar was saying that this season is 10 movies. And from what I've seen so far, he is right. These are 10 movies that we're about to watch. The premiere is this Thursday. I was given the privilege to see a few episodes, maybe a few more coming up, hopefully. Seeing the episodes early really helps me get prepared to put out the episode that I need to put out for that episode of the Orville. Because I want to have, I just want my, I don't want to call them reviews because they're bigger than that. I want them to be available as soon as they can be on premiere day. So I'll be working nonstop to try to get them done at least by premiere day or by midnight of the next day, just before the premiere day date expires. Brian Dawkins, thank you for that super chat. So are we going to explore beyond Krill space as we have a treaty and can pass through the territory? I got an answer to that. The Krill gave it away in the trailer. We are going in this season further than the Planetary Union has ever gone before. The Orville will be going out into deep space, past the boundaries of where anyone has ever gone before. So really, we're going deep. We're going to be exploring strange new worlds, strange new horizons, you guys. I predicted that a month or two ago. I think the Orville is going on a deep space mission, I do know that is something that happens this season. Well beyond Krill space. But we're also going to Krill space. We're going to Krill, you guys. We're going to be standing on Krill. My prediction is that's going to be episode 2, Shadow Realms. Don't know for sure, but I think we've seen it in the season 3 trailer. That's what she said. It sounds like it'll be a Blu-ray box set this time instead of DVD. Yeah, Hulu puts out Blu-rays. Fox does not put out Blu-rays. Hulu does. So very much expect some Orville Blu-rays coming out in the near future. Yes, we do. Okay. So, the episodes drop, Lady Jennifer Snow. The first drop is at midnight, June 2nd, for the East Coast. Now, whatever that means for wherever you live, it should be the exact same time. So, just whatever time it would be midnight. Whatever time would be midnight on the East Coast, and whatever the time is where you live, that's what time it is. So in my time zone, I'm actually getting the episode drops at 11 p.m. June 1st. On the West Coast, it actually drops at 9 p.m. June 1st. In New York, it'll be at midnight June 2nd. So you just apply that time zone to wherever you live, and that should be when it drops in your area. Flesas, $50 super chat. What? The lights are staying on this month. Thank you very much, Flesas. Hey, JP, 2 things. Does Frakes direct any episodes? No, he does not. And is there any talk about a JP cameo? We talk about it all the time. If you want to get a JP cameo, we got to secure that 4th season. Maybe it will happen. I will fly out for that on my own dime if I have some dimes. I'll say I'm going to be in town. Throw me in a scene, please. But no, Frakes does not direct any episodes. Frakes wanted to direct as many episodes as they would let him in season 3, but that season 3 had a strict rule that they came up with years ago before COVID, that they want all episodes directed by Seth MacFarlane and John Cassar only. So there are no guest directors, but that does not mean, because we are getting huge guest stars this season, that I do know for a fact. And I know that Jonathan Frakes was interested in playing something in the Orville, so we might actually see him on camera this season. Don't quote me on it, but don't unquote me on it either. Jonathan Frakes loves the show. Seth even brought him up a little bit in our conversation that I put out about an hour ago. Dax Jacobson, I'm in California. In California, Dax, you will be watching the Orville June 1st at 9 p.m. on Hulu. Oh, nice, Jack. I got in on the Hulu special. Hope many others did. I put out a couple of posts on the Hulu special. It's expired now, so hopefully you guys got in on it. It was Hulu for 3 months, $1 a month, meaning you could watch the entire New Horizons season for $3 altogether. What a savings! By Grabthal's Hammer. What a savings. Yeah, no takes Frakes. He gets it in the first one. Bro, I will pay for your plane ticket if that happens. Thank you, Brandon. I will let you pay for my plane ticket if that happens. Marco Yoli, or Yoli, greetings from Munich. Greetings to you as well. Yeah, a lot of people, and this is awesome. A lot of people are waiting to sign up for Hulu on June 2nd. So they sign up on June 2nd. Hulu gets a big boost in subscribers, and all of them, the algorithm shows that they did it to watch the Orville. It's things like that are going to help get the season renewed, but also I'm not worried. I am not worried about a renewal. I know the show wants to do it. They're just waiting on Hulu to get the numbers in, the viewers. And the viewers are coming from all over the world. They're coming through Disney Plus and Stars and Hulu. And other channels that will be playing New Horizons all around the world. And that's going to show them. There's no way the show is going to be getting a low turnout. I mean, there's no way. The moment anybody sees an episode, they're going to be sharing with everyone they know how amazing this series is. Seriously, get your hopes as high as you want. The show will blow them away. I was not ready, and I thought I was ready. I knew it was going to be amazing, but I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is a movie. Oh my God, this is a movie. Oh man, it's been about 45 minutes. I bet you it's wrapping up. No, there's a ton of time left in this episode. What? And the stuff that's going on in it is mind-blowing. I can't tell you exactly how mind-blowing, but I saw episode 3, which I can now reveal is called Mortality Paradox because it was just released today, what all the episode names are. Wow, that is my new favorite episode of the Orville series-wide as far as science fiction goes. That is, to me, their best science fiction that they've done, and apparently it's nothing compared to the rest of the season. We have to remind people the show exists. It's been a long time. Well, I will tell you, the advertisements have been going crazy for a little over a week now. There's billboards everywhere, animated billboards everywhere. People are reporting commercials showing up. Hulu has updated. Now you can, if you go to Hulu, it has season 1, season 2. New Horizons is now there. It has a little, not a preview, but a little picture of Electric Sheep and a little bit of what the synopsis is for the episode. They're ready. It's coming, you guys. Do we see more union member worlds and races? Yes, absolutely. And we got a race that we haven't really spoken to in a very long time coming up in this first episode. We learn more. I don't remember if we even learned the name of the race previously, but now I know the name of that race. I know a little bit about their culture. And once you see it, like me, you're going to want to know more. All right, I heard FXX was FXX was advertising the Orville season 3. They've been doing it for 2 weeks now. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been seeing pictures of huge billboards that are animated. Absolutely incredible that have been popping up online. People recording them. They're in New York, they're in LA, probably Chicago and other cities as well. Did Seth mention anything about what will happen with Ed's twins with Talia? No, he didn't mention that. I forgot to ask him about that. But I feel okay. Now I don't know the answer to this. But I was watching the season 3 trailer because there are scenes that I don't know what they are. I don't know what they mean, but I can predict stuff. You remember the scene in the season 3 trailer where it's Ed and Kelly, they're in like a cool room in New York. You can see it's New York. And she says something like, yesterday seemed like it was a different life. And today, it's the other side of that. And she says that thing. I kept thinking, what is that scene? What could that apply to? I don't know if this is true. I have no reason to believe this is true or not true. I think Ed and Kelly get back together. I don't know if it's a marriage deal or a relationship deal. I think Ed and Kelly get back together this season. From that scene in the trailer. Nikki says, Orville is just so fun. Everything is colorful and new. So many, oh man, I'm going to have to unfilled area wanting to be explored. There you go. There's a lot to explore. This whole season is about exploration. But man, the stories, there's a science fiction story that is so good. So freaking good this season. And I'm sure there's a lot more because there's 8 episodes I haven't seen yet. There's one that is so good. It is my favorite episode. And we have seen some behind the scenes of that throughout the last couple of years. I won't say what it is. But now I know what it is. Oh, it's my favorite episode. Favorite freaking episode, you guys. I do not think that Mike Henry, Lieutenant Dan, or Kira Santaro, is that her last name? I can't remember. Instant Turco, I did not see them there. But I know that they both are in season 3. Have you seen any signature move or phrases of any of the characters? Anything special to the evolution of a character? Is that what you're talking about? Yes, I have. I can't tell you who or what. Yes, and it's a character that you want to see stuff happen with. There's going to be you're going to be seeing not only new things, you're going to be seeing the other side of things you already know in this first episode. You're going to be seeing the other side of things. You're going to be seeing things you never saw before. You're going to see places you've never seen before. You're going to see things. You're going to see toys you've never seen before. And you're going to be caught up with some characters that you really care about. And I will tell you this. A lot of people ask certain questions about a certain thing. I won't tell you what the question is. But I will say that in the first 1.5 seconds, literally, I'm not joking around. In the first 1.5 seconds, you might get misty-eyed in this first episode. Boom. Do you think the Orville will court any controversy this season? I'm sure they must have some story that really gets in our faces about something. Now, I will say there is a scene in this first episode that they didn't plan on this happening, but it means a lot more now in this day and age than it did when they wrote it. And we'll have to talk about exactly what that is this Friday, because this Friday, you guys decided you want to be talking about these new episodes on Fridays. That way everyone has a chance to watch the new episodes and know about what's going on. And we could talk exactly about every new episode of the Orville New Horizons every Friday. I'm going to do it in the evenings, 6, 7, around this time. We'll get together and we will discuss the latest episode of the Orville and everything that happened in that episode and what we think might happen in the next episode according to that. But I do have to say, these episodes are very standalone, which I was so happy about. Xanity Zoo! Thank you for those smiley-ish faces. Now let's go over all 10 titles for this new season of the Orville. They just came out today. I got them written down right here. Now, as we know, the first episode is called Electric Sheep. The next episode, I feel this is probably all that Krill stuff from the trailer. I don't know for sure. I haven't seen this episode. I feel like it probably is. Shadow Realms is episode 2. Shadow Realms makes sense to me. The Krill planet is shadows. I mean, it's completely covered in darkness. And it's a realm. It's a whole new place. So I'm thinking Shadow Realms means that. Episode 3, Mortality Paradox, which is my new favorite episode of the Orville series wide. The episode after that, episode 4, which I hear is a very big episode, Gently Falling Rain. Don't know what that's about. I think it's probably about, because rain makes me think of a happy refrain. You know, they're singing in the rain. I'm thinking there's a possibility that it could be a Claire and Isaac episode. After that, episode 5, A Tale of Two Topas, which I think that means that Topa's going to find out about her past. Then we get a big 2-parter, episode 6 and 7, The Word of Avis Part 1, The Word of Avis Part 2. That's very interesting to me because the second comic book of the Orville, the second episode of the Orville comic book was called The Word of Avis, Part 1 and 2. Are we going to be catching up with those people from that comic book episode? After that, episode 8, which I know is Seth MacFarlane's favorite episode of the season, and it's a big, big one, Midnight Blue. Don't know what that's about, but it's going to be midnight and it's going to be blue. And then the next episode after that is Omitted. What type of stuff what type of imagery does this bring to your mind? Omitted. Does someone get erased? Like, remember in that episode of TNG where Beverly Crusher is on the ship and everyone starts disappearing one at a time, but no one remembers them? Ooh, they were omitted. Makes me think of that, but I have no idea. The Orville just tends to do things better. So anytime I come up with some awesome idea, they outdo it. And then the season finale is called Future Unknown. Future Unknown. Does that mean there's some time travel stuff going on in the episode? I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. The future of the entire show? Are we going to get a season 4? The future is unknown, but I feel pretty confident we're going to get another season, you guys. It would be stupid not to do that because the Orville has the potential to be another 5-decade sci-fi series with a huge supportive fandom, you guys. Taking over for another 5-century sci-fi series, or overtaking it, because this show is just too amazing. They care so much about this series, and it shows. I can't wait. These titles make you want to watch them. Yeah, I want to watch them pretty bad. Pretty dang bad. I want to watch these. Maybe we get to see what would happen if Topa didn't get the procedure. We might see, there might actually be 2 Topas, one pre-surgery and one post-surgery, because some sort of time travel type thing. Who knows? Or maybe Topa just finds out and there's a whole discussion about that. What could have been if Topa was left unchanged? If you look at the lyrics of the song Gently Falling Rain, it is about finding the commonplace to build peace. Oh, doesn't that sound exactly like something a story the Orville would want to cover? I mean, you can even think of it as 2 people wanting to build peace. Claire and Isaac wanting to build peace amongst each other. But of course, there's always a bigger story. You might have a personal story on an Orville episode, but then also it goes along with a bigger story. Maybe Claire and Isaac are trying to get back together, but there's also a planet of people that are trying to heal their wounds and forge peace. They sound amazing, and I know I can't wait to watch them now. Not long, just a couple days. I got to get a little water. Hold on. I haven't been talking this much in a while. I've been just reading and typing and making things and editing things. Seth Trek Forever. It could be an ensemble cast idea where all the relationships are trying to build peace amongst everyone that's torn up, but also on a grander scale, like maybe between 2 planets. I definitely think, just from the trailer, that I see some things that look like, 2 types of people trying to come together. Mark Lawrence, super chatted, Omitted. Maybe a classified mission. Oh, very good. Very good. I do know that we're going deeper into space than anyone in the Planetary Union, or even their, the whole Planetary Union. It's a lot of different planets. Farther than anyone has ever gone before. That would be amazing to get Dolly Parton.
Oh, shit.
What are the run times of the episodes? Like the first 2? Well, every episode is over an hour or more. The first episode, Electric Sheep, I can say, is a lot over an hour. I mean, it's an hour plus some more, for sure. I know the exact running time. I just don't want to give it away. But it's a lot over an hour, and there's no commercials. That's right. Moorville. Are you paying attention, Hulu? You're damn right, Hulu. Yeah, Hulu was the one. Seth put me in contact with Hulu, or Seth's publicist put me in contact with Hulu, who then kept me apprised of the interviews and a lot of information from the show. Are you having that? What's going on? How you doing, leather jacket guy? Just a month ago, your car was out of juice. Next thing, interview with the biggest creator on Earth, JP, plus Orville equals madness. Congrats, sir. Thank you very much. Ireland will be getting the Orville on June 2nd with Disney Plus. So you guys are getting it over there. So thank you very much for that super chat. Orville Nation super chat. Don't forget, everyone, to support JP on social media for companion show of the Orville on Hulu. Sweet. Hashtag Hulu. Get all Hulu. I've had Hulu for over a decade. I've been a fan. Though I have been watching a lot of Peacock. I'm actually very much enjoying Peacock, you guys. A lot of stuff that I used to watch on Hulu was NBC stuff, and now all that stuff is on Peacock. So I've actually been over there, but I still watch Hulu all the time. I'll probably be watching Hulu tonight. Definitely be watching it on Wednesday at 11 p.m. What I do and other stuff. I like the over an hour so the ending is not rushed. Yeah, it's not rushed. I watched the first episode. Well, I've watched a couple. And every time I get that TV viewer feeling, I'm like, oh, it must be wrapping up real soon here. But man, there's so much more I want to know. I look at the time, 30 minutes left. I'm like, what? It's amazing. So much story. You get so much story. And they don't rush. They take their time with it. One thing I will tell you, they'll let you get deep into a story. They'll let you get into the plot of the episode 10 minutes or so before the opening theme even starts. They get that story inside of your bones, and then after a while, then they do the opening theme. Absolutely incredible. Blew me away. That's just the way they do it now. The Orville Interactive Fan Experience is wild. Just download it. Oh, if you guys have not downloaded it, it's free on Steam. The Orville Interactive Fan Experience. If you want to explore the Orville, I mean detailed. I mean accurate. I mean Season 3 updates. Go download the Orville Interactive Fan Experience. It's free. It's on Steam. Get it. We are being spoiled massive episodes, or both the Orville and Stranger Things. Stranger Things, I think their episodes are even bigger. The Orville episodes are, well, I'm going to say longer. I don't think they're bigger than the Orville, but they are longer than the Orville. But the Orville is big. Not only episodes long, they're big, huge. You're going to feel like you're watching a movie because you are watching a movie. Yeah, don't cross the Geloja stream. Yeah, I used to say bigger, longer, and uncut, but now I say bigger, longer, and uncompromised. They're giving you exactly what they always wanted to give you with this new season. No compromises. No cutting out amazing scenes just so they could save time for commercials. They're giving you everything. Yeah, Jake Davis says, can I get a what? Yeah, it is bigger in length and girth. That is absolutely true. That's spot on. Oh, let me show you guys something from the premiere night. This is my new souvenir. So this is, I guess it's just a little, this is just an advertisement that they gave me. Nice, thick, shiny cardstock. Party, oh, this is my invite to the after party. Party pass, what? The Orville New Horizons, Wednesday, May 25th, immediately following the screening. This was at the Wallace Annenberg building. It was outdoors. They had a big band playing. I'll have to look and see. That might have been Bruce Botten. That was the conductor for the big band. It looked like him. I'll have to go back and look. Admit 1, strictly non-transferable. And then also, here is my ticket for the screening. Right there. Screening ticket. The Orville. This was Wednesday, May 25th, 8 p.m. California Science Theater, IMAX Theater, Admit 1. I was section left, row H, seat 37. It was me and Jessica and I were both invited because Seth is awesome. He invited us both, and we both were going to go, but then we realized through conversing with the publicist that and his assistants that we had to leave earlier than we thought. We had to leave a couple days earlier to go to the premiere than we thought. We wanted to go in the morning that day and then leave the next day because I got a lot of stuff to create here for the show. And Jessica was able to get off work for those 2 days, and they said, no, we need you to come in a day or two early because we have to bring you to a COVID testing site to make sure that you don't have COVID. Then you have to get tested again at the actual event. And that's how it went. So they picked me up from the airport. Jessica couldn't get off work for that many days, so she wasn't able to go. She was totally gutted. And I was so sad not to have her there. She would have... the whole time I was there, I was like, oh, I wish Jessica was here. And but I flew in a couple days before. They picked me up from the airport, took me directly to a lab where I got my test. The next morning, I got an email from the lab saying that I was negative, I was fine. And then when you get to the event, they have a whole thing set up where they have to give you an antigen test right there, and you have to wait 15 minutes. And then if you pass that, then they give you the armband, they let you in. So there's a whole secret area where you're waiting for your results. And so I'm there with Maddie, who's a huge fan of the Orville. Hello, Maddie. I get my test done, and then I'm just standing around waiting, and more people are coming in, and then there's Brandon Fayette and Kit Stolen. They walk in, and they both see me, and from afar they're like, hey. I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? So they come on, they get their test, and then we're just chatting, talking about the series, talking about the work and all that great stuff. And man, my throat is getting dry, you guys. Hold on. Curtis Tate, member for 29 months, Chilean Brawler. Thanks for representing the fans so well, JP. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Curtis. I couldn't have done any of this without all your support for the last many, many years. But I knew if I just held on, kept talking about the Orville, that it's the one thing that I never lose excitement about. Keep giving you guys stuff, the fandom of the show, more Orville stuff to have fun with and to talk about. If I just kept it up, it would eventually pay off some way, somehow. And the way that it's paid off is we got a great community, people that love this show. We help the show, and the show brought us into the fold. And that's absolutely incredible to me. And it's because all of us, we did this together, you guys. Yeah, it could say you had faith of the heart. Well, I had faith of the Orville. I got faith of the Orville. I hope to go to an Orville convention. I'd attend your panels. I'd love to have a panel just talking about the Orville. Today we're here to talking about the Orville. Here's JP, who talks about the Orville. Guess what he's going to talk about today? The Orville. That's right. Go be Thoth. Hello again. Have fun in Hollywood. Hollywood was great. Well, the party was great. I'm not a big fan of Hollywood anymore. I moved out to the middle of the country from Los Angeles, and for years I hated it out here because I'm like, I'm missing so much stuff. Every time I go back to LA, I'm like, man, I love not living in LA. But the event was great. And let me tell you something about the people that make the Orville. The stars, the production, front of the screen, behind the screen. They are all great people. Absolutely the cream of the crop. They were all so welcoming. They treated me like I was just part of their production. They were just coming up to me, wanted to meet me, wanted to talk to me, just have conversations about life, about the show. And they were so happy to share all this work that they've done over the years to get this new season out. I cannot wait to send them all the praises that I possibly can from people that will be praising the show. Trust me, this is a game changer. Not just a game changer for the series, a game changer for science fiction. This is bringing back science fiction in the best way possible. There's a lot of sci-fi out there, and there's some great sci-fi out there. This is different. This is different. This is all the heart from a sci-fi audience put into an actual show. And wow, is it really show. It really makes a difference, you guys. JP, you should interview yourself as a fan by yourself as the Orville Evangelist. I've thought of that. I got to figure that out. Maybe there'll be an episode based on my William Shatner beats up a Krill plot. I saw you chat with Seth video, posted message in Discord. Nice. Awesome, John. Artist rendition of a string theory. Was there any mention or tribute to Norm Macdonald at the premiere? Maybe. I don't want to give anything away one way or the other. But, yeah, Norm is not forgotten. He is in the hearts of the people that make that show. And he's in the hearts of the fans. Sorry, how cool was it to finally talk to Seth in person? He seems like a genuine cool guy. He is. When, of course, the interview was one thing. That was a quick, rushed, professional type thing. But at the after party, he sought me out. He said, "Hey, there's an Egotastic guy." And I look, there he is. And he's like, "JP, what's up?" And he wanted to talk about the episode. He wanted to talk about what I thought. He wanted to talk about the music of the episode. Just want to talk about life a little bit. And he was beaming. He was so happy to finally share this work that he's been working on forever, and that it is his favorite thing he's ever worked on, as he said in the interview. And he was just, the happiness was pouring out of him like I've never seen before. And you know, everyone at the party, he was just so inviting. He was just so elevated. He wanted to talk to everybody. And when he did talk to them, he was just the most personable, happy person. I did not expect that at all. I thought he would just be cool. But man, he was just out there. He was a go-getter. And he got up, he sang a couple tunes. He was chatting, he was eating hors d'oeuvres. We shared a couple cookies together, and he really cannot wait to see what people are the fans, not the critics, the fans. He can't wait to see what the fans have to say about the new season. Sorry, guys. Man, I should have poured a whole thing of water. Orville Nation, what's your impression of JP of the Orville's autonomy with regards to possibly being pressured by Disney in any way in coming seasons? No, Disney was hands off, apparently. They're big fans of the show. They see a huge potential in the show, from what I hear. And they got to do what they wanted to do without anyone coming in and saying to do otherwise. So it was the only negative thing I heard about was Fox. Seth was very happy to not be on Fox anymore, and he was very happy to be on Hulu, on streaming. Basically, I mean, you can say Hulu, but it's really just on streaming. That's the format. That's the platform. Because of how they were able to make the show, not only a much bigger budget, but a much bigger runtime to really tell the stories that they want to tell. And you can tell, you'll see in the new season, that they have more freedom. They definitely have more freedom. But man, the show is still the same exact heart. It's the same show, but different in the best way possible. Dan Crane says, looking forward to reviews of each episode and the preview of each upcoming episode. By the way, I miss Angry Nerd Troll. Will he be back as well? I'm going to try to someday bring him back. It's just so hard to do. There's so many things I want to do, but you can't you can't do them all at once. You can do them all, you just can't do them all at once, especially since I'm a one-man show. And I'll probably be a one-man show for a long time. You can only go so far being a guy that talks about one TV show. But maybe someday I'll get big enough where I can hire some people to work and get some people jobs in entertainment. That would be amazing. That's part of my dream. I have 2 dreams when it comes to this. Let some other people have the dream as well as become successful enough where I don't have to spend so much time on the internet. I'd rather just create instead of spend time on Twitter and Instagram and website and all that stuff. I just want to create because there's only so much time in the day. Go be Thoth, $10 super chat. For me personally, sorry you guys, man, I should have more water. Oh goodness, I haven't talked this much in a while. For me personally, you and all the people you brought together made my experience of it all the way better. Glad to hear that, because that's another part of this is the community. Man, I'm gonna have to quit this live stream real soon, you guys. My throat's going out. I haven't been talking this much. All right, you guys. My throat goes out, then I have to stop. And you can hear it, I'm sure. I know I need a lozenge. I have mouth stuff. Does that help? I don't know. Let's get some water. We will wait. I know I'm crying. George Garcia, thank you very much. But I will be back, not only with more content and my big show this Thursday after the new episode, but on Friday, we're going live. We're going to talk about the latest episode in detail, you guys. I think this Smoke 007 can interview you so you can just relax and be yourself. Oh, I love Eric's. What's up, Smoke? How you doing? Now, tomorrow, you guys, I'm going to be on Virtual TrekCon with Ryan Husk. We're going to be talking about the Orville because they're all talking about the Orville tomorrow. So they're having me on. We're going to talk about the Orville. You have to look up the channel. It's a great channel. They talk a lot of great stuff about Trek, but they also are huge fans of the Orville. So I'm going to go on there tomorrow night and tell them what's up. That the Orville is crazy awesome and it's going to blow their minds, and it will become their number one topic. But all right, you guys, I want to thank you for stopping by. Thank you for supporting the channel, helping to keep the lights on, helping me get these new episodes, these 10 big episodes out. The Orville goes big, I'm going big. They deserve it. You guys deserve everything that I can put out here, as big as I can make it, with my little one-man show. Me and my computer and a couple lights and a camera. But I'll see you guys very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are Orville-tastic fun times. See you very soon. Thank you very much, producers. You guys have been helping out. See you very soon. Bye.